Welcome to our Shabbat at home together, synagogue version. Once again, we are, as we prepare for the Yomim Noraim, the High Holy Days, we are streaming from our beautiful Beth Chaim sanctuary on our new multi-camera system. Our director tonight, appropriately, is Mark Garretts. Mark has been key in helping us obtain, install, and run this new system, and we're very, very grateful to him. Also to Martin Fishman, who was very involved in overseeing the project from our board, and Mark Mazer, our spiritual life director. So we feel very blessed that you could join us tonight. We invite you, if you're on Facebook Live, to sign into the comments section. If you're on YouTube, just enjoy the better quality video and audio, and you can either, if you have a smart TV, you can even watch in the comfort of your den on the big screen. I wanted to say that my partner and fiance, Zoe Francesca, is here leading with us tonight, as she has done so beautiful for so many months since the pandemic began. Today is the 19th anniversary of 9/11, and it is also Zoe's birthday. Happy birthday. You'll hear more about this in just a bit. So we begin with the blowing of the shofar as we embrace the gift of this month of Elul, this Hebrew month of Elul, our month of preparation for the days of awe, this time of introspection and soul inventory that is so essential, such a critical part of the whole experience of the High Holy Days. We are ready for Shabbat. We hope you are too. So please, we begin this process of Kabbalat Shabbat, of welcoming in the Shabbat by taking a deep cleansing breath. We make space for Shabbat. Please join us in singing Ma Yafeh Hayom. What a lovely day, Shabbat Shalom, this blessed time, this sacred time of Shabbat. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat, Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Now we join our fellow Jews all over the world in this beautiful act of lighting our Shabbat candles as another way of moving our consciousness into sacred Shabbat time. So if you're lighting with us at home, please make that ready. And if you're just enjoying and lighting and joining in with us, you're right where you need to be. Sing in the light, sing in the light, sing in the light of Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Sing in the light,
sing in the light,
sing in the light,
sing in the light,
sing in the light of Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. So we gather in the light symbolically. We gather it in, gather it in. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav Vetzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Traditionally, we welcome Shabbat. Our Kabbalat Shabbat is built from the Psalms, from the Sefer Tehillim, Book of Psalms, which is part of our Torah. This is a verse from Psalm 51, and it guides us. It sets a kavanah, an intention for how our people have always welcomed Shabbat. Create a pure heart in me, Great Spirit. Create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart in me, Great Spirit. Create a pure heart in me. And renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within.
And now we'll sing a song of hope, a song that says, you and I, we will change the world. You and I, then all will follow us. Others have said it before, but that doesn't matter. You and I, we will change the world.
Ani ve'ata nishane et ha'olam. Ani ve'ata az yavo'u kvar kulam. Amu et kodem lefanai lo mishane. Ani ve'ata nishane et ha'olam. Ani ve'ata nishane et ha'olam. Ani ve'ata az yavo'u kvar kulam. Amu et kodem lefanai lo mishane. Ani ve'ata nishane et ha'olam.
It's now time for the Baruch Hu. So if you are able, please stand in body or in spirit and join in with us.
As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. And the blessing gives us strength and makes our visions clear. And the blessing gives us peace and the courage to dare. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. We sing Ma'ariv Aravim, the Tifilah, the prayer that welcomes the evening which has come to us, descended to bring the new day, and a prayer that celebrates the wonderful rhythms of life.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim.
We bless you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows.
Your wisdom sets the way on which time and seasons glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars.
Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night.
As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim.
Amen. One of our favorite contemporary liturgists is Chava Mirel, who lives in Seattle. This is a piece Chava wrote as an interpretive version of Ahava Rabbah, which she calls Blessed Love. Feel the blessing that love invites into our lives as you listen.
Blessed love, holy love, sacred love, abundant love, source of love, let your love shine down on me. From below, from above, love I hope I'm worthy of, oh source of love, let your love shine down on me. Before the morning light, I already feel it shining. Before I
as a spiritual intention, a kavanah for the Shema and Ve'ahavta, we sing Olam Chesed Yibaneh. We will build this world from love. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. La 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 la. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Ya la 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 la. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Ya la 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 la. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Ya la 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 la. I will build this world from love. Ya la 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 la. And you will build this world from love. Ya la 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 la. And if we build this world from love, ya la 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 la, then God will build this world from love. Ya la 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 la. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Ya la 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 la. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Ya la 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 ya la la.
And now let's sing the Shema and the Ve'ahavta together.
Each one of us is in our own homes. We're here in the sanctuary. Let's see if we can, across all of this distance, join our voices in this deep affirmation of our people. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. The Hashkivenu prayer is our tradition's beautiful lullaby that invites us to sleep well tonight. The Tifilah says, Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, spread over all of us the shelter of your peace. Zoe will lead in this beautiful prayer.
Laila Tov, my sweet love, good night. How the moon and the stars shine for you so bright. Rest now, my love. May your dreams be sweet. How my love for you reaches to infinity. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'ha'amidenu, Malkeinu lechaim, Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Amen.
Beautiful. Normally, if we were together here in our sanctuary, we would take some quiet time. And after the singing and the chanting, this is a very precious time of the Tifilah, of the service. Just a few moments in quiet when we have a chance to just listen really carefully. We invite you now just to take a few minutes in silence to embrace all of the blessings that are ours right now on this Shabbat as we listen to a instrumental, just a background, beautiful Mi Ha'ish by Oded Melchner. Listen and enter into this silence with us. Now we offer our prayer for Shalom. Oseh Shalom Bimromav. Please join with us. This beautiful version by our friends in Israel, Tifilah. Hi la 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 la, hi la 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 la, hi la 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 la, hi la 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 la. Hi la 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 la, hi la 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 la, hi la 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 la, hi la 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 la. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru Amen. Hi la 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 la, hi la 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 la, hi la 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 la, hi la 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 la, hi la 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 la, hi la 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 la. Ha la 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 la, ha la 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 la. Now, Zoe has some words for us tonight, a Devar Torah, about today's anniversary of 9/11.
Thank you. In the book, A Primer for Forgetting, Getting Past the Past, cultural critic Louis Hyde quotes philosopher Pierre Janet, saying, "Memory is an action. Essentially, it is the action of telling a story." In this way, says Louis, we should think of memory not as a record of the past, but as something more dynamic. My personal history is intertwined with that of the World Trade Center in Manhattan. The year I was born is the year that workers demolished 13 square blocks of Lower Manhattan to prepare for the construction of the Twin Towers. In 1970, when the first tower was completed, or maybe it was 1971 when the second tower was topped off, I remember attending a public celebration with my mother and my baby brother. I recall street performers, especially a clown. In my hazy memories, we go inside the spacious lobby and ride up the elevators. I was 5 years old. In 1974, the high-wire artist Philippe Petit walked across a cable that he and his friends somehow managed to secretly stretch across 138 feet of air, 1,350 feet above the street below. I didn't see him do it live, which is a good thing because my biggest fear is a fear of heights. If you watch the documentary film Man on Wire, you'll experience the unbelievable escapade as if you were right there. In the early 1980s, I ran errands to 2 World Trade Center as a young campaign staffer for the political campaign of New York State Attorney General Robert Abrams. I also remember going to Robert and Diane Schulter Abrams' house for my first religious Shabbat dinner when I was about 12 or 13. This was the first time that I experienced ritual hand-washing and blessings outside of the Passover Seders that I attended each year with my great-grandparents at my great-uncle's house on the Upper East Side. But my experience of the World Trade Center that made the biggest impression on me was simply the view outside of my Grandma Mary's living room windows. Her address was 505 LaGuardia Place, bordering Bleecker and Houston Streets in Greenwich Village. She lived in an apartment complex that housed the NYU faculty, and outside her building was a huge concrete sculpture by Pablo Picasso of Girl with a Ribbon in Her Hair. Grandma was a painter, and her living room had a wall of very large windows that allowed her to use the room as an art studio. As soon as you walked into the room and wherever you stood inside it, your view was a panorama from 18 stories high above the historic tenement-era buildings of Lower Manhattan, a straight shot to the Twin Towers. There they were, lit up every night and imposing on the landscape every day. When I woke up in Berkeley, California, on my 35th birthday, September 11th, 2001, and the news started to penetrate my consciousness, I thought of Grandma Mary's apartment looking out onto the towers. I thanked God that she was no longer alive to witness that day. Back to 9/11, I somehow got through to my father on the phone. He was hunkered down in his small apartment on 14th Street between 5th and 6th Avenues. "Dad, are you okay?" "I don't know what's going on," he said. "I heard the plane flying so low over my building, I was sure it was going to crash into us. I don't know what's going to happen next, Zoe. I think this might be World War III." His street would become the official border between Lower Manhattan and the rest of the island. All the emergency vehicles lined up right there below his window, and he tried to describe to me the quality of the toxic air and the ubiquitous posters stapled to every surface asking for the whereabouts of loved ones. I couldn't truly imagine it. For the next 10 years or so, he almost forgot my birthday every year. So great was the trauma of 2001. Previously, I've shared with you on another Friday night of how I wandered into a synagogue that night in Berkeley, the night of 9/11, and had a spiritual experience that transformed my Judaism from cultural to religious. I won't go into that story tonight, but it's a very tender part of my connection. It wasn't until the summer of 2016 that I went back to the site of Ground Zero. I went with my father, his husband, my 3 kids, and their dad. I appreciated the decision to leave the 2 gaping holes where the Twin Towers had stood and make them into what I can only describe as subterranean waterfalls pouring into deep caverns. The names of the 2,977 people who died that day are carved into the bronze rims of the enormous pools. Tonight, when we say Kaddish, I will say it for them. We entered the 9/11 Memorial Museum, and the thing that struck me the most was the fact that being underground at Ground Zero, you could still smell the fire, smoke, and destruction 15 years later. At the time of 9/11, I worked on the staff of a literary magazine called On the Page. In October of that year, I scored a phone interview with one of my personal heroes, the journalist Barbara Ehrenreich. The theme of the magazine issue was failure. I asked Barbara, "Have there been any words that have stood out for you in the rhetoric of this last month?" She responded, "The word evil always makes me nervous. It's not just a more intense form of bad. It's usually a signal that we've stopped thinking. It's a signal that we're not going to bother to figure this out. Perhaps there's a feeling that if you try to understand, you might be condoning. We're shutting down our brains. And yet the real challenge is to look at terrible acts and try to work our way towards an understanding of how a human being might undertake them." I'll leave you with that thought tonight as we stand here in the year 2020 on 9/11. On Rosh Hashanah, we don't always need to forgive the unforgivable. But if we can experience empathy, no matter how painful that is, we can begin to understand what lies beneath the surface of every destructive act on any scale. And then we can begin Tikkun Olam.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Zoe. We have a special treat tonight. Our friends, Nefesh Mountain, a Jewish bluegrass group, they call themselves Jewgrass, play amazing Jewish liturgical music. On this night of 9/11, we bring you their version of Gesher Tsar Ma'od. All the world is just a narrow bridge, and we bring them to you on tape.
When the first light came in, it was cold up north again, and the frost slowly thawed in the dawn. It takes a faithful breath to put a weary mind at rest and still remember the narrow bridge we're on. Troubled times, you don't ease a worried mind. Troubled times, just stay behind. Troubled times, you don't ease a worried mind. Troubled times, just stay behind. The woods are turned to stones, and the feeling of wonder is nearly gone. But in the cracks of barren land, a beauty grows unplanned. So we just keep to the narrow bridge we're on. Troubled times, you don't ease a worried mind. Troubled times, just stay behind. Troubled times, you don't ease a worried mind. Troubled times, just stay behind. I've walked this world on the narrow bridge. Kol ha'olam kulo. From the lowlands so low to high up on the ridge. Gesher Tsar Me'od. Kol ha'olam kulo. Gesher Tsar Me'od. I've walked this world on the When the night returns again and brings quiet through the glen, in the still we hear the blackbirds call. From o'er these rivers you can see, in the moonlight through the trees, that the bridge was not so narrow after all. Troubled times, we don't ease a worried mind. Troubled times, just stay behind. Troubled times, we don't ease a worried mind. Troubled times, just stay behind. Oh, just stay behind.
We now invite you to visualize the loved ones and friends who are in need of our deep prayer for healing tonight. We include those around the world who are struggling with COVID-19, and especially include those in all of California, especially here in Northern California, who are trying to respond to the challenge of the fires that are raging across our state, and the people who are displaced and who've suffered from this as well. We invite you to, in just a moment, to intone, to call out the names of folks you'd like to include in this Tifilah, and you're certainly also invited to type their names into the comments section if you're on Facebook Live. And so we say, God of compassion, source of healing, God who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, we pray to you on behalf of and include Otto Jagoda, Louis Levy, Steve Butter and Sybil Stewart, Ava Pedersen, Daryl Davidson, Marty Bach, Tim Carter, Mark Garretts, Jason Moss, Don Messing, Cheryl Adler, Nancy Cook, Charlotte and Irving Markowitz, David Ben David Bedina, Na'ama Levana bat Avraham Visara, Mildred Bernstein, Robert Glazier, Lorette Abrams, Savion Plum, Paul Head, Judith Damboic, Naftali Benidel Vishifra, Beth Siegel, Bilha bat Eliyahu V'chaya, Tzipor Rachel bat Esther V'Aryeh, David ben Esther V'Aryeh, Binyamin Nachshon ben Esther V'Aryeh. Mi sheperach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us to find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, healing of body, healing of spirit. And dear God, give strength to those who lovingly provide them with care. And let us say, Amen. Amen. Our yahrzeit list tonight includes James Biban, stepfather of Mark Badane, Dave Jarko, father of Shelley Fox, Danielle Angelo, daughter of Brian and Marnie Angelo, Bobby Gallagher, brother of Catherine Heller, Minette Norman, mother of Claire Rosenzweig, Marilyn Graff, mother of Ellen Waltrip, Bert Kamelman, father of Dave Kamelman, Carmen Drabkin, mother of Lori Troyanovsky, Gail Petrick, wife of Jim Petrick, Lillian Waxman, mother of Steve Waxman, Ralph Silverman, father of Bruce Silverman, Yvonne Thompson, mother of Michael Thompson, and Sheldon Shankin, father of Alan Shankin. If there's someone you're saying yahrzeit for that was not included, please add their names here. I invite everyone who is in the first year of mourning the death of a close loved one to please rise in body or spirit to honor their memories. Anyone observing a yahrzeit is invited to join them. And anyone else who feels the need to say Kaddish Tom, our people's prayer for the dead, is invited to rise to honor whoever you feel needs to be honored tonight. And we include all those who perished in the 9/11 and recent losses, again, to COVID, and the people who've lost their lives in these fires. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba B'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shemei Rabba mevarach leolam uleolmei olmaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudusha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. Zecher, 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 tzadikim livracha, livracha. May their memories bless our days. Bless our days.
And now for some concluding announcements. Tomorrow morning, please join us for Torah study. It's on Zoom at 11 a.m., and it's always a very personal and moving exploration of Torah that just seems to fit the moment perfectly. Please look for our remaining Elul programs, which will be offered online as a way of helping the community prepare for the High Holy Days. One of them is coming up this Monday, September 14th at 7 p.m. Rabbi Dan is offering a workshop called A Faith That Includes Doubt, Psalm 27, where we'll be looking at Psalm 27, a psalm that's added in during the month of Elul to all the services and explores what it might mean to be in relationship with God. One other note, on Saturday, September 19th, the evening of the first day of Rosh Hashanah, Contra Costa County is permitting us to gather in public, socially distanced and masked around the pond in Sycamore Valley Park. We'll gather for the first time in half a year to hear the shofar blowing and do tashlich, our ritual of letting go of baggage we no longer need to carry. Please sign up if you want to join on the website. We're also, we did create a Rosh Hashanah video montage. You may be able to get in, if you didn't already, leave a greeting for the congregation on the tribute website, where we invited, on the Beth Chaim website, where we invited everyone to share their wishes for the new year. And now Kiddush and Motzi.
Kiddush and Motzi. We hope you have some lovely wine to drink, to ingest the sweetness of this Shabbat, that we've spent together welcoming, even virtually. It's a blessing. So we raise our cups and we offer blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim and happy birthday.
L'chaim, thank you.
L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. We conclude with a prayer of hope. Please join in with us and we say Shabbat Shalom. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Shabbat Shalom.
Hey,
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Hey,
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Again, we thank you for being here with us. We thank our director and the person who made all this happen, Mark Garretts. And we say Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.